just a visual novel. Why did I say that? I don't know. Third one. This isn't a choice if I remember correctly. The last class of the day ends. I don't feel like going to the mansion right away, so I just blankly stare out the window overlooking the school grounds. The classroom is dyed orange by the sunset. It's like a red-colored paint and it hurts my eyes. I don't like red. It feels like it soaks deep into the back of my eyes and I want to throw up. Throw it up. Okay. It seems I'm weak against things that resemble blood. Blood. No, I should say I am weak against blood itself. Is that line at the top? There isn't. 8 years ago, I had a near-death experience. I was in an accident where I was injured in the chest, and I teared between life and death for days. I should have died instantly, but miraculously I survived. Maybe it's because of the great medical treatment. However, the injuries were so severe that I don't even remember the accident. 8 years ago, when I was a child, I felt a thunder pass right through the middle of my chest then I passed out. When I woke up, I was in a hospital bed. All I could remember afterwards was the pain and the cold. I don't remember much of the accident, but even today, the scar on my chest remains. I guess numerous fragments of glass pierced my chest, leaving burn-like scars there and in my back. Actually, I was quite surprised at being saved. Ever since then, I frequently collapsed from an um enemy-like dizziness and and caused a lot of trouble for others. Maybe that's why my old man believes I was unfit to be the Tono household, to be the heir to the Tono household and entrust me to our relatives. Why is he calling you back then? The wound on my chest, huh? The huge scar in the middle of my chest hidden from view by my uniform. Now that I think about it, after that accident was when I started to see those lines. I'm able to forget them thanks to the glasses that Sensei gave me. But I think I would have gone completely mad if I never met her. Uh, Kiko-san, the person who had been my mother up until now, said when I left that the Tono household wasn't normal. No problem. I'm not a normal person myself. Adjusting my crooked glasses, I pick up my bag. I can't stay in the classroom forever. Now then. Okay, so let's get a hold of yourself and head back to the mansion or stay in school for a little longer. I don't want to go to the mansion. I guess I'll save now since... Because nothing really happened there. Oh, here it is. Save. Overview. So I stepped into the hallway and ran into a familiar face. Huh? What's up, senpai? Do you have some business here at the second year classrooms? Oh, hello. Yes, business with the second year student to be precise. A senpai approaches me with a smile. Listen, I have some nice snacks here, but no one to talk to. It would be a waste to eat them all by myself, so I came to catch an idle-looking person to talk to. Someone to talk to? But there's no one left in the classroom. It's the same way with all the other classrooms too. You don't usually come to the second year classroom anyway, do you? You're on the lower floor, right? And if you wanted to talk to someone, aren't there plenty of third year classmates you could talk to? She really didn't need to come all the way up here. Shouldn't you think about asking your third year classmates? Conversation would probably be better. Yes, but I'm in the mood to talk to younger guys. Please don't ask me for a reason. It's just on a whim. Well, I won't ask. I probably wouldn't be able to understand even if you told me. Senpai's smile disappears as she stares into my face. Are you free right now, Tono-kun? I am. Well, if I have nothing to do means I'm free, then I'm definitely free. Senpai grabs hold of my sleeve. Well then, you are now caught. Let's go have some tea. Senpai invites me with a smile. There's no reason for me to decline the offer, and besides, it should be fun talking with Senpai. Sure, I'll come along, if it's okay with you. Then it's decided. Alright, let's go. Still holding my sleeve, she begins walking down the hall with a light gait. Oh, where's this? Whoa, our school has a room like this? Could it be for the tea ceremony club? Tea ceremony? It looks like one of those sword rooms. Yes, it's the tea ceremony room for now. It seems like it hasn't been used up until I came though. Senpai steps onto the tatami mat and starts preparations with a rattling noise. A club room, huh? If that's the case, won't the other club members be coming? It'd be bad for an outsider like me to be here, right, senpai? It's okay. It may be the tea ceremony room, but there aren't any other members except for me. That's convenient, isn't it? Thanks to that, I can use it freely during break time and after school. Here we go! Don't you need like a certain number of members or whatever to have a club? Smiling, senpai begins spreading the cushions. Tea is tea, but it looks like this is going to be a serious tea ceremony. To be honest, I'm a bit overwhelmed. Senpai, I don't have the slightest clue what to do. What are you talking about? I only know up to the pouring bit myself. With that blunt reply, senpai puts the teapot and some cups and some tea cakes onto a plate. We are just gonna have a casual conversation, so there's no need to be so formal. It isn't any fun that way, is it? Senpai smiling softly, senpai pours tea into her own cup. I just don't get you, senpai. Mumbling, I pour my own tea. I slurp some, picking up the tea cakes and putting it into my mouth. I sip again at the tea. I was never involved with it, but the Arima family is a potent tea ceremony family. Being raised in a household like that, I'm used to drinking tea and doing nothing. Senpai looks at me with a somewhat troubled expression. What's wrong, senpai? You look a bit unhappy. Eh? I was just a little surprised at how calm you were about all this, Tono-kun. Really? Well, my family is a strict one, so I'm used to these kind of things. More importantly, senpai, didn't you have something you wanted to talk to me about? I do! The continuation of what we were talking about during lunch. What were we talking about during lunch? You mean about my family? Senpai nods to indicate a yes. If you don't mind, I'd like to hear more about it. I was curious about it since we stopped halfway. It's not that I mind, but hearing about my family isn't very interesting. It'd be a waste of time. I don't mind if it's not interesting, I just want to hear about it. You sure are an eccentric, senpai. Maybe I am, senpai laughs. Alright then, let's continue from before. You said you moved to your home. What do you mean by that? Senpai asked, full of curiosity. Well, the conversation this afternoon must have been pretty fragmented for senpai, since she didn't know any of my circumstances. Let's see, basically I'm a guy who's been disinherited. I was seriously injured after getting caught up in an traffic accident when I was 9 years old. The injuries themselves somehow healed, but after that, I easily collapsed from anema and threw my food. That's why I was entrusted to my relatives, the Arimas, while I recuperated. Yeah, so in other words, the Arimas have been your parents who raised you since you were 9, right? That's right. I knew my old man hated me for some reason, and that once I had been entrusted to the Arimas, I would never go back home. Back to the Tono mansion, that is. That's why, well, I thought I'd just continue to live as the son of the Arimas forever. That's what I thought, but my old man kicked the bucket recently. That's when they told me to return to the mansion, now that my old man is no longer there, and I finally agreed. And that's pretty much is my domestic situation. I end my story like that. Seal senpai gives me a little nod silently. May I ask just one thing? Sure, if I can ask it, go ahead. If I can answer it, alright then, I'll ask. Did you dislike your previous family? My previous family, the Arimas who raised me as my parents, my mother and father who were my real parents, and the unfamiliar buildings, which without a doubt was the home to strangers. But completely regardless of that, no, I liked them. There were people who didn't care that I wasn't related to them by blood. They were so warm to me that I felt bad about being depressed over myself. And for them to love me no matter what, I didn't think it was a bad thing. I was loved by these people. That's why soon, even one day sooner, I have to truly become family to them. I've been telling myself those words since I was young. Since a very, very long time ago. Over and over, I swore till I would practically pass out. Just like Ariko said, I didn't have a single complaint about the Arima family. They treat me well, and I think I responded to their affection too. Between us, even though I knew we were just playing at being family, even if it was all just an act, I didn't feel any pain. No, I was happy instead. In a way, I had considered the Arima's parents and me to be the ideal nuclear family, but it was no good, was it? Yeah, despite everything, there was a line I couldn't cross. This isn't your real family. No matter what I did, I couldn't get those words out my head. I knew I should have been ignoring it, but I just couldn't. I don't know if you would call it a childhood experience, but it had become like a curse to me. Somehow, no matter where I was, I felt like a stranger to my family. Senpai is silent. Avoiding her gaze, she huddles her shoulder apologetically. See? It was boring after all, right? That's why I said it would be a waste of time. No, that's not true. There's a very meaningful story. Senpai forces a smile to try to diffuse the situation. But it's a little surprising because I had thought of you as an easygoing person. Well, I basically am an easygoing person. It's my personal philosophy to enjoy the present as much as possible. People are happier enjoying what it is to come rather than being concerned about what happened before, right? Well, actually, that was an opinion I inherited from, Ariko. Enjoy what is to come? That sounds nice. Senpai sips her tea with a very gentle smile. I follow Senpai's example and place my lips on the cup. With a stuff, the bitter tea washes down my throat with just a hint of sweetness. Ba-ba-da-ba, ba-ba-da-ba. Okay. I walk along a different path than the one I usually take. Passing through unfamiliar streets, I slowly approach the Tono mansion. The surroundings are not completely unfamiliar. After all, I had lived here until I was 9 years old, 8 years ago. This is not the first time I've taken this path back to the mansion. My feelings are a little complex. The path home is nostalgic yet fresh. Up until just now, I had not looked forward to returning to the Tono household. Now it doesn't feel so bad. The house I lived in until I was 9 years old. Right now, my sister Akiha is in that utterly un-Japanese Western-style mansion. Tono Makihisha, my old man who hates me, and the master of the Tono household, died a few days ago. My mother died from illness after Akiha was born, so the Tonos had dwindled down to me and my sister. Being the eldest son, you would think I would stand to become the Tono heir, but I have no such privilege. To become the Tono heir means being bound by strict upbringing. I have lost count of the number of times my father scolded me over my dislike of not being able to live freely. That was when I got involved in the accident and my body became weakened. My father saw it as a good opportunity to get rid of me. His reading was something along the lines of, someone who could die any moment can't become the heir, even if he is the eldest son. Sadly for my father, I betrayed his expectations by making a recovery, but my sister Akiha was already deemed to be the heir to the Tono household, and so I've heard that Akiha, she was already being raised harshly in order to become a proper daughter of the Tono household. She had an even harsh upbringing since then. I wonder what she looks like. That was a long time ago. I played together with Akiha in the mansion back before the accident. After that, I never saw her again. Apparently, Akiha tried to visit me a few times when I was first introduced to the Arimas. Unfortunately, we were not able to meet because I had to go to the hospital every day. We completely lost contact after Akiha went to a boarding school. Unlike Akiha, I stayed from the main family. That's why I can freely live like this. My high school life is just an average high school, and our chances of contacting was pretty much zero. My old man died, and I received word telling me to come back. To be blunt, I had no intention whatsoever of returning to the Tohono house, but Akiha is at that house. Is that her? When we were kids, Akiha was an obedient child, always looking frightened as if she were constantly enjoying something. She would always follow behind her footsteps, pattering behind me. She was frail and her long black hair and fancy western clothes made her resemble a French doll. I am worried about her living all alone in that big mansion with the old man gone. But more than anything, I feel guilty after pushing all the Tohono family responsibility on her and selfishly living a free life by myself. Perhaps my acceptance to return to the mansion is likely my apology to Akiha. The mansion is unnecessarily big. Surrounded by iron railings, you could say the entire lot is abnormally expansive, being so large that a whole elementary school could fit inside. The garden surrounded by trees is more like a forest. The mansion is at the heart of the forest, and there are a few buildings separated from it. I didn't think anything of it when I was a child, but now that I have lived in an ordinary household for 8 years, the extensive size feels almost criminal. The gates are unlocked. I push them open and head towards the main mansion doors. They towered oppressively, bearing down on any visitors. Besides the iron double doors is an unmatching doorbell. Alright, shaking off my nervousness, I press it. There isn't any affirmative ding dong chime from the doorbell. The oppressive silence continues for a few seconds. Then the sound of pattering footsteps behind the door indicates someone's presence. We've been waiting for you. The door opens with a creak. Inside lay the lobby I remember, and a young girl in an apron. Hello, person. Thank goodness. You were so late, I was beginning to worry that you had gone lost. I feel like I've seen you somewhere before. I was thinking about going out to meet you if you hadn't arrived by sunset. The girl in the anacrostic apron smiles warmly. Oh no, that's I'm also taken aback by her outdated mode of dress that I can't even form a proper sentence. Perhaps attributing my hesitation to distrust, the girl tilts her head a little. You're Shiki-sama, aren't you? Yeah, but you don't have to call me Sama. You are, right? Oh, please don't scare me like that. I was beginning to think I made a mistake back there. The girl's mannerisms are like those of a mother scolding her child. But in spite of that, there's a smile on her face, and it doesn't break the warm feeling around her. She wears an apron over a kimono. She comes out to greet guests and address someone like me with Sama. This must mean she's, are you one of the maids here by any chance? The girl answers my question with nothing but a smile. Come, you must be tired. Please do come in. Akiha-sama is waiting for you in the sitting room. What's she doing in the sitting room? Is she perhaps sitting? The girl quickly crosses the lobby and heads towards the sitting room. Okay. Turning back, she just remembers something. She makes a bow, a full smile on her face. Welcome back home, Shiki-sama. Her greeting is accompanied by a flower-like smile. Have I met you before? I can't think of any replies. I just follow her hesitantly. Guided by the girl, I head to the sitting room, like a reception. It's as if I'm seeing it for the first time. I don't know if I've forgotten about it in the last 8 years or they had refurbished it since then. Either way, it feels like someone else's house now, and it's unsettling. As I'm looking around the sitting room, the maid in the apron lowers her head in a quick bow. I brought Shiki-sama with me. Well done. You may return to the kitchen, Koaku. Thank you. It seems that the maid's name is Koaku. Koaku-san. Koaku-san gives a small bow, as if to say farewell, and leaves the sitting room. This leaves me and two girls I don't recognize. I feel like I've seen the one on the left before. I don't know about the one on the right though. It's been a long time, Nissan. Oh, you're my sister, I see. Says the girl with the long black hair and sharp eyes. All my thought process stops at once. My mind goes back and I can't think of any words of greeting. All I could do is nod with a yeah. I don't think it can be helped. This Akiya that I had not seen in 8 years is not the Akiya I remember. She's completely transformed into a proper young lady of a noble family. And Nissan, the black-haired girl, tilts her head slightly. Pathetically, all I can say are dumb-sounding things. My mind is turning into a somersault as I try to recognize the girl before me as Akiya. But it seems like Akiya already recognized me as her brother. You do not look well. Would you like to rest before we talk? Akiya throws a sharp glance in my direction. Is it just my imagination that she looks like she's in a bad mood? No, I'm alright. I was just surprised at how much you've changed, Akia. People do change over the course of 9 years, Nissan. We are at an age of change, or did you think we'd remain as we were forever? What is this? I can feel the taunt in Akia's words. No, you've definitely changed, Akia. You've become more beautiful than before. That isn't flattery, it's how I feel. And, indeed. But you on the other hand, have not changed much at all. Akia answers coldly, her eyes closed. Well, I came prepared for something like this. It's just as I had thought. It seems Akia does not think of me well. If you are feeling well, let us finish our conversation. You have not yet to hear the details about why you were called back here, Nissan. I have heard nothing more than a sudden come back to the mansion. Though I found out the old man passed away in the papers. If the head of the family, if the head of a major company dies, it definitely makes it in the financial papers. Word of Tono's Makisa's death reached his son, Tonoshiki, via the newspaper after the funeral. Even though his relatives hadn't told him, this disinherited son could pick up his news of his father's death merely by buying a 100 yen newspaper. It might be cynical of me to say so, but the world has suddenly become a convenient place. I am sorry. It was my fault that you did not get the news about father. Akia quietly lowers her head. It's alright. Either way, it's not like you would come back from the dead if I went. It's not like something you should be worried about. Did you call me back? I'm sorry. It's something comforting to hear you say. Somewhat comforting to hear you say that. Akia's face is serious, but this is not a topic I care about. A funeral is a ceremony for those who cannot let go of their feelings for the deceased to achieve such detachment. For someone like me who cut off such feelings a long time ago, there is no need. Calling you back here was my idea. Yeah, okay. It'd be odd for the eldest son of the Tonos to be entrusted to the Arimas forever. Now that father's passed away, the only Tonos by blood are you and me, Nissan. I don't know what father was thinking when he entrusted you to the Arimas, but he's no longer with us, so there's no longer any need for you to live with them. That is why I had you come back here. That's all good and all, well and good, but I'm quite surprised you were able to get our relatives to agree to this. Wasn't it they who came up with the idea of leaving me with the Arimas in the first place? That may be so, but now I am the head of the Tonos family. I declined every one of the proposals from my relatives. I would like you to continue living here, Nissan, but this is a place with rules. You will avoid living the overly casual lifestyle you've been leading up until now. So, is it even worth living here? Like, what are the actual benefits? I'm afraid that isn't gonna happen, Akia. There's no way I can go back to being a well-mannered gentleman now. Not that I want to. I will not ask more of you, but do try, or are you saying you are unable to do what I already have? Akia shoots me a cold look. It feels like she's hitting me with her grudge against me for leaving her here for the last 8 years. Alright, I get it. I'll try my best. Akia just stares at me as if she doesn't quite believe me. You do not need to try, as long as you get the results. Her pose is dignified and her words are merciless. Let's get back to the topic. Right now, you and I are the only ones living here. I do not care for having too many people around, so I cleared everyone out. Eh? Hold on a second, Akia. You cleared everyone out? You wouldn't want to run into one of our relatives in the mansion, would you, Nissan? I've put off most of the servants, but there are enough for you and I, so there are no problems. Wait, no problems? You're gonna get attacked at our family meeting if you do something like that. Oh, please be quiet. Rather than have the mansion overflowing with people, wouldn't you feel more relaxed with just the two of us here? Well, it's true that I would feel relaxed, but you've only just become the head of the family, Akia. If you go around abusing your power like some kind of dictator, our relatives are not gonna keep quiet. Even the old man didn't go against their opinions. Indeed. That's why father trusted you to the Arimas. I, on the other hand, have despised them ever since I was a child. I am not going to put up with their whining any longer. I'm not going to put up with. Look, Akia. Ah, enough. Just listen. You don't have to worry about me. Please just worry about your own life from now on, Nisan. I can see it's going to be difficult for you in many ways. Many ways? Akiya says, sully, looking away a little. Now then, if there's anything you don't understand, ask her, Hisu. Who's Hisu? You? Hello, Hisu. She looks at the girl standing by her side. The girl called Hisu bows, expressionlessly. This is Hisu. She will be your personal maid from now on. Is that acceptable? Eh? Hold on, personal maid? You mean... In other words, she's your servant. Akiya declared as if it was obvious. I can't believe it. Fitting with the western side of the house, the girl is in the maid outfit stands there, as if it is a natural thing to do so. Hold on. I'm not a kid, you know. I don't need a servant. I can take care of myself. Would that include the cooking and the laundry? Ugh. Akiya is pretty sharp at putting things out. At any rate, now that you returned to the house, you will obey my directions. I don't know how you lived at the Armament house, but you're living at the Toner house now. Please accept everything given to you. Ugh. I can't say anything, and my eyes drift towards Hisu. As expected, she simply looks back at me, expressionlessly like a doll. Well then, Hisu, please show Nisan to his room. Yes, my lady. Hisu approaches me with a shadow-like lack of presence. I will guide you to your room, Shiki-sama. Hisu heads towards the lobby, sighing a head off towards the lobby as well. Well, we enter the lobby. This mansion is split into east and west wings, with the lobby in the middle. The lobby is like the body of a bird whose wings are the hull extending diagonally to the east and west. Each wing is about the size of a small hospital. I remember the house is constructed symmetrically, so both the east and west wings have the same floor plan. Your room is this way, Shiki-sama. Hisu climbs up a flight of stairs. It seems like my room is on the second floor. Come to think of it, the servant's room should be on the first floor of the west wing, so that's probably where Hisu and Kowako's rooms are. Should I know this information? Is that going to come into play later? Outside, the sun has already set, so servants' quarters are in the west wing, on the first floor. The girl in the maid uniform walks down the long, dimly lit hallway without a word. It kind of feels like a wonderland. Without thinking, I let my thoughts slip out. Did you say something, Shiki-sama? Hisu stops and looks back at me. No, I'm just talking to myself. Don't worry about it. After staring at me, Hisu bows and starts walking again. I guess this is what they call being at a loss for words. The room Hisu led me to is not one made for a mere high school student to live in. Is this my room? Yes. If you're displeased with it, I can arrange a different one for you. No, there's no way I could be displeased with it. It's just a little not really too fancy for me. Shiki-sama, it's fine. I'll gladly use this room. Yes. This room has not been touched since 8 years ago, so I do not believe you can find anything unsatisfactory with it. There's something a little odd about the way Hisu said that. It's as if she was implying this was once my room. Hey, is this by any chance my old room? This is what I've been told. Am I mistaken? Hisu inclines her head to the side slightly. I feel relieved. It seems that this girl can express emotions after all. Well, it might be now that you mention it. I do remember faintly, so it must be. So, I can't feel any sense of familiarity about this place at all, but I guess that's what it's like after you leave a place for 8 years. I can't get settled here though. I was living in a 6.5 mat-sized room until this morning. It's like I'm staying in some high-class hotel. I understand how you feel, but please try to get used to it. From today onwards, you are the eldest son of the Tono family, the house, Shiki-sama. You're right. I've got to do my best, so I at least look like it on the outside. With a thumb, I jack my bag on the table and stretch my back. I've been feeling a little stressed out with everything that's happened so far, but I guess I've got no choice but to adjust from today onwards. Shiki-sama, all your luggage has been brought here. Is there anything more you require? No, not really. Why do you ask? There was a very There was very little delivered. If there's anything you need, I can have it prepared, so please do not hesitate to ask. I see. I do not need anything more for now. I didn't have much luggage to begin with. My luggage is just this bag, these glasses, and the textbooks in my bag, and that white ribbon with an unidentified owner. That's all. Anyway, you don't have to worry about the luggage. This fancy room is more than enough for me. I understand. Well then, I should come to call you in an hour's time. An hour? For dinner, you mean? Yes. Please relax until then. As expected, he usually says everything with an expression on his face. But, she tells me to relax, just how am I supposed to do that here? The clock says it's 6 o'clock. Usually I'll be watching TV in the sitting room around this time, but I'm having serious doubts as to whether there's any such thing in this mansion. Hishu. I know it's kind of trivial thing to ask about, but is there a television in this mansion? A television? Hishu's eyes narrowed slightly. I know I'm the one asking, but is it really that stupid of a question? I feel like there's something wrong with asking about the presence of a TV in a luxurious mansion like this. Hishu makes a rather troubled face and stares off into space. There is no television in the sitting room. Some of the visitors did make use of one, but they departed. But when they departed, they packed it up with their luggage and took it back with them, so I do not believe there are any remaining. Hold on, visitors? Like who? For how long? Relatives. The eldest son of Kugami-sama from a branch of the family, Tozaki-sama, the third daughter and her fiance, and Kishami-sama's eldest son came to stay for close to 3 years. 3 years, huh? I'm not gonna remember all those names. Hishu. That's what you call freeloaders, not visitors. Hishu does not reply. No matter what kind of people these freeloaders were, it seems that servants caused anything bad about them. Well, at any rate, it seems like those relatives had brought and taken back their luggage with them. My old man hates the products of modern culture, thinking them all vulgar. There's no way he would even watch TV. Akia, who had been educated by him for the last 8 years, would probably do the same. Well, it's not like I'll die without one. Hishu was silent. Like a perfect example for servants, Hishu says nothing unless she's being asked a direct question. This is of course quite kind of depressing for me. I want to make that expression on his face break into a smile somehow, but that seems impossible with just an old-hearted effort. Oh, there's a library on the first floor on the west wing, isn't there? Is there? That's where the service quarters is. Maybe I could go find something to read while I have free time. Hishu does not reply. She just stands there in the doorway. I can't tell where she's looking. Hishu? Hishu doesn't say a word. Suddenly she looks right at me. I believe there is one in Nissan's room. Huh? I don't know what she's talking about. There's one or what? A television. I remember seeing one in Nissan's room. Hishu says as if remembering something from many years ago. Hold on. Nissan? Don't tell me you're talking about, Tohaku-san? Yes. Right now the only person working at this mansion are Nissan and I. Now that she mentioned it, they do look alike. I just couldn't connect them as sisters because, Tohaku-san is always smiling so warmly and Hishu is always expressionless. I see. Tohaku-san does look like the type of person who'd watch those variety shows, but I balk at going to Tohaku-san's room to tell let me watch your TV. Sorry, just forget I ever asked. After all, I'll be living here from now on, so I've got to follow the rules of the mansion. God knows what sort of cynical comment I'd be in from Akia if I started watching television. It seems I'll be leading a studious life, fit of a member of the Toner family from now on. Alright? And we go to the library then? I'll be in my room until dinner, so just come and call me when it's time. You got other things to do, don't you, Hishu? Hishu nods in assent and turns around. Cool. Slamming up the door, she leaves the room. Oh. Alright. Okay. This seems like a good place actually. Just got in the mansion. So yeah. Dude, that's good saved in there. Yep, okay. So yeah, that should be it, I guess. So, bye bye.